to the Malaysian Youth Festival. My name is Manisha and today I would like to take 5 minutes to talk to you about global warming. The topic that I've been given today is global warming. Is it a myth? What exactly is a myth? Well, a myth to me is like mythical creatures like dragons, unicorns, UFOs. You don't have proof that those things are really real and whether you can see them here and on the ground or whatever. But global warming, in another case, we have proof that all these things are happening, things that make our world and our planet a little bit hotter every single day. Now recently on Facebook is a large social network which I think everyone is on. My very close friend put on his status message that the #1 hotspot for travel is the North Pole because it's quickly disappearing because of global warming. With global warming nowadays, in a couple of decades, the North Pole won't even be there. So today, because global warming is not a myth, I'm going to talk to you about 3 things. One of it is the causes of global warming, the effects, the solutions, and what we can do as a community, as an individual, and as a nation as a whole to stop global warming. Now, to go on the causes of global warming, the 3 things that I think that are the causes is 1, our own ignorance. Number 2, the lack of education or emphasis given to the importance of not allowing global warming to happen, and thirdly, about irresponsible acts of big nations or major corporations. Now, the first cause of global warming, our own ignorance. We tend to take things for granted. We think, okay, even if we use this too much or even if we on the air conditioning for too long, it's not going to matter. This will not lead to anything great. But you're wrong. If one person in every household did that, it will spread and it will make global warming a big issue. The second thing about the lack of education or emphasis, being a country in Malaysia, we don't think that enough emphasis is given to global warming because we are lucky. We have lush forests, we have a good clean environment. We're not as bad as countries like China where pollution is a big problem. So the lack of emphasis and the lack of education is leading to probably global warming spreading in our country. Thirdly, on the irresponsible acts of major corporations. Corporations like oil and gas, the airline industry, they give carbon emissions which leads to global warming, making it a bigger issue day by day. Now secondly, on the effects of global warming, what will this actually happen? Why do I stand here and firmly believe that this is not a myth? Because it's happening, people. Our children will suffer, our children's children will suffer, and we will be doing things, we will be driving things to extinction, not only in the North Pole but species and animals as well. Now let me draw you a grim picture. If the North Pole was not to exist anymore, the water levels will rise, more natural disasters will happen, things like flooding, extinction of islands, and it will mess up the whole natural balance of the earth. We'll have chaotic things like rain will not be on time, too much snows, like we've seen the last winter in the European nation, right? The snow levels and winters, they've never witnessed more terrible times than these. It will be too hot even in Malaysia. Now our normal temperatures will rise. Lastly, I would like to go on the solutions. What we can do as individuals, what we can do as a community, and as well as a whole, as a nation as a whole. Most importantly, as individuals, we should consume as little energy as possible. If you're not using your computers or your laptops, put it in hibernate, switch it off. If you're not in your room, switch off the air conditioning. Small things like that make a difference, people. Furthermore, as a community, you need to put on more pressure and you need to spread the news. You need to say, stop global warming and this is cool. You need to be like my friend just now who raps about global warming just to stop it. People like that. We need to spread the word and we need to stop global warming now because it is not a myth and it is happening. As a community, work together. Make it a household chore. Make it part of your family. Last but not least, as a nation, make sure laws and regulations are followed through and people who have did wrong are punished and set by examples. Now what I want to say here, last but certainly not least, the most important thing to change is attitude. If you have the right attitude, global warming will not be a problem anymore. The people around are fighting to stop it, and please don't make their efforts go to waste. leave a footprint in the world by wiping out carbon footprints, and attitudes need to change. So it's our responsibility. We only have one planet and one shot. Save it. Thank you.